possess or transport a firearm or use a firearm in a crime, you will be guilty of a felony which may carry a sentence of 1 to 15 years in prison.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that you waive any and all offenses, including any mental health offenses, by entering a plea of guilty?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that if you went to trial, you have the right to a trial by jury, the right to see, hear, and confront witnesses called to testify against you, and the right to testify to remain silent and not incriminate yourself?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that by pleading guilty, you are giving up the following rights, and after each right, I want you to answer if you understand that, okay?
Yes.
First, the right to a trial by jury.
Yes.
Next, the right to remain silent and not incriminate yourself.
Yes, ma'am.
The right counsel hired by you or as a court-appointed counsel if you cannot afford
A violation of your agreement.
Yes, sir.
You also agree that you'll testify truthfully about any and all matters in regards to this case if you are further asked in any further judicial proceeding stemming from the facts and circumstances in this indictment. However, you reserve your right to assert your Fifth Amendment privilege against self-incrimination. Is that correct? Conspiracy to commit a crime, murder. This court will sentence you to 15 years to serve on probation subject to the special conditions. Count 48 is participation in criminal street gang activity, YSL. This court will sentence you to 15 years to serve on probation subject to the special conditions already set forth. And on count 55, as it pertains to you, conspiracy to commit a crime, murder, this court will also sentence you to 15 years to serve probation subject to the special conditions therein. All counts 1, 47, 48, and 55 will run concurrently to you. That means that concurrent means they run at the same time, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. As part of your this particular plea in this particular case, you understand that you need to abide in full by each of the terms of your negotiated agreement between you and the state. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
You also understand if you fail to do so, that would make... All right. Before signing this indictment, did you have the opportunity to fully discuss all of the facts and circumstances therein with your attorney, Mr. Hoover, to your satisfaction?
Yes, sir.
Is there anything about the indictment you wish to ask me or ask any questions about?
No, sir.
All right. I'll note the indictment has been signed and the plea has been entered. Mr. Sumlin, based upon the responses that you've given during the court's inquiry, I find that your guilty plea is freely and voluntarily entered. I find a factual basis for your plea. I'm going to accept your plea as tendered and as negotiated. As it pertains to you in count 1, that's conspiracy to violate the Racketeering Influence and Corrupt Organizations Act. This court will sentence you to 15 years to serve on probation subject to the special conditions that have been set forth on the record already in terms of your plea, and I'll go over some of those with you in just a minute. As it pertains to count 4.
Yes, ma'am.
the right to the presumption of innocence,
Yes, ma'am.
the right to testify on your own behalf and to present other evidence.
Yes, ma'am.
It is your decision to waive these rights and enter a guilty plea because you're found guilty.
Yes, ma'am.
With respect to indictment 22 SC 183-572, where you're charged with count 1, conspiracy to violate the Racketeering Influence and Corrupt Organizations Act, count 47, conspiracy to commit a crime, count 48, participation in criminal street gang activity, and count 55, conspiracy to commit a crime. How do you plead, guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
Is this guilty plea freely and voluntarily given with a full knowledge of the charges against you?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that you have only a limited right to appeal this guilty plea conviction?
Dude, it's your boy Jay Reed. We here with another banger right now for y'all. So YSL member Antonio Summer, aka Obama, President Obama, Barack Obama, that's his street name, aka Obama, the 6th YSL member to negotiate a plea deal. He worked to get permission for Young Thug to make a second attempt to murder YF and Lucy while in jail. He took 15 years probation. They are coming for Young Thug head top with this shit right here. They coming for him, man. They want everybody to testify on this man's behalf. They are actively surging to get this man the death penalty. They probably gonna get the death penalty with Thug. Thug gonna get some damn time. They're trying to get everybody out on the streets and goddamn testify against Thug. And you know they're gonna do it, man. You know they're gonna drop them down, they're gonna tell, they're gonna snitch, whatever you wanna call it. They're gonna do this right here, guys. Oh, trust and believe they're gonna do this. He has a 15-year probation. That man gotta move on a tightrope. He cannot fuck up. This is supposed to be the hit man. Actually, YSL, she did get stabbed in damn jail, I believe. If I'm not mistaken. I believe he did get stabbed in jail. Not too long ago. And with that being said about that, you know, they got an 88-page indictment on this YSL. Young slime life, racketeering charge, man. They're coming for these guys, bro. And I feel like he should have did some time in jail, because with this 15-year probation, if he do the slightest thing, he's going back. He's probably subject to random drug testing. They can go in his crib and ransack that shit and search it anytime. He's on a tight schedule. He can't be out at a certain time. So it's just little room for error in this case. So he got to live like a fucking monk if he can't be around weapons, guns, none of that shit. Like, none of that shit, bro. So he got to move like a motherfucking, I don't know. He got to live life real tight. He can't even breathe too hard. 15 years probation. Man, they know he's going to get some time on that man, bro. 15 fucking years. Man, he better not even fucking breathe hard, bro. He better not breathe hard, dog. The indictment stems back from the 2015 murder of Donovan Thompson, as well as, you know, Nut, they call him, and the murder of a rival rapper, wife, and Lucia, in the YSL gang incarcerated. Yeah. So, yeah, man. With this right here, it's just so hard with this terms of probation, guys. I mean, I know probation is 1 foot out of jail and 1 foot free. You know, probation is, like I say, man, I got it, I beat the case. Like, no, he didn't beat the case. The motherfucker took a probation. He's on probation. This shit is like, bro, you gotta live like a motherfucking a pastor type shit, bro. You can't do nothing. I don't see him living like this. I'm pretty sure he's gonna violate it some way, somehow. He can't even jaywalk or goddamn fucking ride without a seatbelt. He goddamn going to bed. He going to jail. Like, bro, come on, man. It's just one small hiccup can get this man indicted. And then there's another thing is that these guys get in court and say, yes, sir, yes, ma'am. And I'm like, these guys talk so well-mannered and so well-spoken and so mannerable and so respectful and talk with so much class and talk proper. Why are they not doing this on the street? Why do y'all wait before y'all in the white man's system to act like y'all got some fucking sense? Why in the hell would y'all do that? Why? Instead of leading these kids and being an example to the youth and acting like a model citizen, you want to be a real nigga or a gangster, a thug, out here and fucking look like a damn fool out here. Embarrassing yourself, man. What kind of shit is this? What the fuck is this shit, bro? He's saying, yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, ma'am. Like, what the hell? Y'all, you wouldn't even say that to your parents or your loved ones or your supervisor or your boss, but you say it to the judge, whatever. This sir. Y'all always say sir and shit. Like, that's gonna help the situation. Yes, sir. No, ma'am. Like, that's gonna help something. Like, that respectful. So I don't even look at it as a sign of respect, sir, man. I don't think it's respect. I think that's some old doctrine of slave mentality bullshit. And let me tell y'all some of the definition of probation, too. An extended it's basically you're doing jail time while at home. And then if you violate, you have to return. That means you would have to return to court and let the judge decide what happened to you next. It's this probation shit. It's real sticky. It's really a way to get you back in prison, though, man. They stay to make it something. They got to pay money every week on probation. That shit gets expensive. But yeah, man, it's like, why do people get in court or get in where they're interviewed by the judge or interviewed by people in the courtroom or by cops? They want to start speaking proper and start speaking proper English, and they don't want to speak in modest and slang no more. Now they want to don't talk proper, or some ignorant ass black folks say talk white and say ignorant shit like that. Why you not talking like that on the street? Like you got some home training or some damn sense. Like, you know, why you not talking like that before? Why do you wait? You in this jam? You hemmed up right now, and your fucking freedom is on the line to act like you a model citizen now. Why? I don't get it though. I don't understand that shit. Why wait till then to act like you got some sense though? This is an image that they put up for people, and y'all guys have to realize that shit is a fucking image that they put up. That shit isn't real. Nobody's living that lifestyle right there. Nobody living this criminal lifestyle. Get you 1 to 2 places, dead or in jail. Motherfuckers crash out every day to impress other niggas or impress some bitches who don't even care about them. Just for a rep, for some street cred or my name on the line, my rep or some street cred. Man, Jesus got a song called Street Cred. Street Cred ain't bought shit for me, ain't did shit for me. All Street Cred did got motherfuckers in prison or dead in the t-shirt, or motherfuckers in wheelchairs, or wishing they was dead. They got motherfuckers, homies dead, parents dead, people dead behind this shit, bro. Whenever you gonna learn the streets, the streets ain't safe, bro. The streets don't love nobody. The streets don't make you a tough guy, make you hardcore. It don't make you a man. This is this cycle right here. If this shit can get through black folks' head, this shit can help change the world. But motherfuckers choose to be in ignorance, choose to be in darkness, bro. It's just stupidity to me. This shit is ignorant, dog. So, and also on probation, you gotta pay fines, restitution to the victim, compensation, community service, diversion of compensation to these options, though. And probation is a cohort period of supervision. Served in the community, courts can grant probation in most misdemeanor and felony cases as an alternative incarceration or following a period of incarceration. For the duration of probation, the threat of incarceration continues to loom over the defendant's head. So this shit is still over his head. He can go back to jail at the end of the infraction. So when he take the stand to go to trial, when they summons him to trial or whatever, if he don't answer the question right or they find him lying, they can suspend that and have his ass behind bars. So the judge ultimately decide whether to grant. Let me explain to y'all the conditions of probation for y'all. The judge ultimately decides whether to grant or deny probation. That's it. If probation is granted, defendants now called probationers must be abide by the conditions of probation ordered by the judge. Probation continue must be reasonable related to probation, rehabilitation, or protection of the public. Standard probation conditions include obey all laws, report as directed to a probation officer. You gotta obey all fucking laws. No rules for error, no fuck ups. Like I said, you can't even shit. If you shit stink, they're gonna come get your ass. You gotta talk to your probation officer about everything, check in. Pay all quarter-on fine and fees and restitution. Maintain employment, school, or vocational training. Do not use or possess illegal drugs or weapons. So he can't, I don't know if he's a drug, he probably can't even do alcohol. Can't drink, smoke weed, or none of that shit on probation. Bro, this shit ain't the game, bro. So that lifestyle he was living, he gotta live like this shit for the next 15 years, this guy. Obama. Do not use or possess illegal drugs or weapons. The discretionary probation continues or case by case might be included. Submit to a warrantless searches without probable cause or search conditions. Do not travel outside the country or state without permission. So basically, you can't move outside the state. Stay away from certain places and people like victims and accomplices. Complete community service or classes like anger management, parenting, or theft awareness. Submit to alcohol or drug tests. So you can't even drink alcohol, liquor, none of that shit. They test you for that shit. Install an interlock ignition device. So now they're tracking your car where you at. Complete substance abuse treatment and attending counseling. Now you gotta talk to these shrinks and counselors and classes and shit. Submit a DNA sample. Yeah, so now you're in the system forever. You're in the FBI data system once you submit your fingerprints and all that. So any crime in the world, they can search people up. That's how they find people. Because your fingerprint is unique. They can identify you by that in your blood sample. So if he commits another crime again, and they just run his database up through the FBI or Georgia, where's he's at, they're gonna find him and lock his ass right back up. He'll be back at square one again in the fucking hole. So submit the GPS global position and system monitoring. Defendants who would rather not be saddled with stringent conditions can refuse probation and serve the jail or prison sentence outright. So if his probation is 50 years, he probably was looking at a 30-year jail sentence. But he has resources, he has money, he has rich friends, he knows rich people. He is in a rich circle. And so that's why he probably got this shit. But man, he should have did some time. He should at least did about 5 or 6 years. Because this shit right here, if he goes back, he got to continue that sentence, the original sentence probably. So we'll see how it plays out. Yeah, man. And let me give y'all some more details about this. Probation and parole have some of the similarities, but occur at different stages under different authorities. So a judge orders probation during the sentence, and the sentence of probation can include jail time, but is often an alternative to the jail or prison sentence. Probation allows the person to remain in the community while having to comply with certain conditions. Parole board, on the other hand, grants parole to a prison inmate. Parole is an early condition release from prison that is usually based on the proof of good behavior by an inmate, among other facts. Purpose of parole is to help a parole reintegrate into community after serving time in prison. All states use a parole system. Some use a system of supervised release that is built into a sentence. So this is a part of the plan right here. He's on probation. No, on probation with this right here. Because he already did time in county right now, or whatever. So he wasn't sentenced to prison. He did time in county. So he's going to finish his probation on 15 years sentence right here. So we'll see how this play out. Y'all like, comment, subscribe to the channel, share it. I'm out.